What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and in this video I'm going to talk about the #1 biggest mistake most people make when running pay-per-click campaigns, and I think you're going to be shocked at what I got to say. This one, and we'll probably do a bonus second one, will add a ton of money to your bottom line if you start executing it, particularly out of the gate. So I'm super fired up for this. I hope you're fired up. Let's do this. All right, people, I'm going to be short and sweet about this one, and I'm even going to show you, I kind of know a little bit of what I'm talking about. This is one of my many ad accounts that I do have that I run PPC on, and what you're going to notice here is that the total spend on this account is almost $350,000, and the total amount of sales is $1.2 million. Like, that's pretty freaking good, right? The ROAS is 3.51. I'll explain what those mean here in a second, but I will say this much. This is on a product that's not even really that popular. It's really not on a popular product, although this product has managed to make almost $6 million. It is a private label product. It's one of my products that I've promoted and pushed on ads, and it's what taught me and helped me learn ads. So the tips that I'm going to give you, the 2 tips, that's it. Those are the 2 that have been the secret to my success, are what helped me get to this 3.51 ROAS. So what that basically means, ROAS is another term for return on ad spend. And what it means is that for every $1 I've spent, I've managed to get 3.51 back. So that means for every $1 I spent, I get 351 back, which is a huge, huge amount. And it basically means that I've been printing money. Now, keep in mind that this has been over the span of years, and it's probably closer to close to $1 million that I spent on this, only because this is the sponsored ad section of the account, and I've also run what's called AMS, which is now aged out. AMS is a whole other ad platform that Amazon has that used to have just headline ads and sponsored product listing. Now they've meshed that with sponsored products, and now you don't have to have AMS. But in the past, you had to have AMS. And in fact, you could still use AMS for merch. So that's about the only place that it's useful. So this is over the span of years. And as I said, it's only one account. So what are the 2 biggest tips? The first one is one that you're going to find quite shocking. And it's usually what people tell you to do in most courses. They tell you to do the opposite of this. And that tip is that for the majority of the life of these campaigns, I focused on a core group of about 20 to 30 keywords. Now you might say, like, why in the hell would you do that, right? I'm told that in courses, I'm supposed to upload hundreds and hundreds and even thousands of keywords. And the reason I did that is twofold. Obviously, when you first do this, you have to have some reviews, right? So I do advise that whatever it is that you're promoting, if it's a private label product, I suggest you have at least 25 reviews, because what this is going to do is it's going to increase the level at which your product converts. And what that pretty much means is that as people click into your ad and are on your page, more of them are going to hit add to cart and more of them are going to buy if you have a higher conversion rate. And that comes as a result of having more stars, more ratings on your particular product. Now, for books, that amount can be a lot less. But the way that I look at things is I look at the overall market. So for example, if I was selling, say, a candle in this instance, and I imagine that candles are very expensive. Let's just say I'm selling a candle wick, or those wicks that you stick in the wax to make the candle. If I'm selling something like that, my guess is that the number of reviews aren't going to be as much as if you're selling a supplement. So you can get away with having a lot less reviews and still having a higher conversion rate for candles, because there's not as many reviews on the entire niche as a whole versus a supplement. When you're selling a supplement, you're probably going to need a lot more than 25 reviews to give it good social proof and to make people excited about buying this product. That excitement creates reviews, and in turn, the more the reviews you have, the higher your conversion rate. So with a book that is not as popular, you can get away with having even 5 reviews. That will raise your conversion rate pretty much almost immediately. So that's the first thing to consider. Now, once you've considered that and you start running ads, what I normally do is focus on a core group of 30 words to start out with. And they're usually the 30 words that get the most amount of traffic. And the reason for that is I want to show Amazon I'm not screwing around. I am ready to spend some money. I'm ready to send some traffic to the page, and my product has reviews, so in turn it should get conversions. And what that does is that drives the product to move up in rank, not only for where it ranks in the paid ads, but as sales come in, it will also drive the product to rank higher organically, just basically meaning if somebody searches for candle wicks, I will start to pop up much higher because I've shown Amazon, look, I'm focusing the core of my budget on these 30 keywords and I'm just firing out on all cylinders. Now, the only time that this won't work is if you are in a big niche like supplements or an expensive niche, then you do want to add a second campaign with a lot of other keywords that could potentially be long tail. But I usually will start adding more campaigns as time moves on. That is just the first campaign I fire out with because again, I want to show Amazon that I mean business and I'm ready to invest in this campaign, as well as usually those keywords will be the dominant keywords that drive traffic and sales. So I focus on those, and then I also start an auto campaign, and that starts pulling other keywords for me that I didn't know, that I see that I do convert well for. And then I'll also enable my sales reports to be able to pull other keywords that I am ranking for and that I am getting sales for so that I can add them into another campaign. So I'm constantly expanding on campaigns, but the tip that I can give you is I start the campaigns, the bulk of the money gets spent on 30 core keywords that are really going to drive sales from this point forward. And then I start gradually adding more campaigns and expanding on the amount of keywords. But like I said before, I want to start by showing Amazon I mean business. So that's tip number one. Tip number two, and the tip that we're going to get into in the next video, I'm going to show you a super secret tool that I use to get this data. But tip number two is I always look at two different metrics that I've briefly talked about here on this channel. And those metrics are metrics that no one else really talks about. The first one is called search frequency rank, and the second one is called purchase frequency rank. And what search frequency rank is like a measure of the popularity of a keyword. That's as simple as I could put it. It's pretty much saying which keyword is the absolute most popular keyword in all of Amazon. When you have this data, it's truly powerful because you know exactly what people are searching for on a daily, on a monthly, and in a yearly format. And I'll show you an example here, and that is through brand analytics. So brand analytics shows this metric right here, search frequency rank. And if I was to search the keyword term Sudoku in a monthly fashion, here's what would come back. One is the highest or the most searched for keyword in all of Amazon. This one is 40,000, which means out of all the Sudoku terms, it is the most searched for in all of Sudoku. And again, it is Sudoku, so it would make sense, followed by Sudoku puzzle for adults, and then so forth. So one being the most searched for term, and this will usually take you to about 2.5 million. In this case, it's 1.3 million. And it does not show all the keywords on Amazon because there's a lot more than 2.5 million, but it will show you at least the first 2.5 million. However, taking it a step further, there's another term called PFR, or purchase frequency rank, that takes it a step further by showing you the keywords that drive purchases on Amazon. And now think about how much more powerful this is than SFR. What this means is that these keywords are in fact known to generate purchases, not just searches. Because you can get some stuff like Amazon bonus or Amazon bestsellers. Amazon bestsellers always pops up for this. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. And now, obviously, nobody's going to pick this search word to put on their back end, but bestsellers on Amazon is 27,000 SFR. Let's just say we didn't know any better and we say, oh wow, this is a really good keyword, right? Let's put this on our back end. This would probably not have a very good PFR. It probably wouldn't even come up on the radar. It would be like number 100 million because of the fact that it is not generating any sales or very few sales. It might be the worst keyword that generates the least amount of sales in all of Amazon because it's primarily asking for a page on Amazon. So that's kind of a quick rundown of PFR and SFR and what we're going to be exploring with a secret new tool in the next video that I do make about this. I'm excited about that, so I look forward to your questions and comments on this video on PFR, on SFR, and my two biggest tips in running PPC this whole time. So peace out.